Hello again, welcome back. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Leslie. I live in Alaska with my husband and 2 kids. I do not consider myself a Disney vlogger, an influencer, whatever. I am just a mom stepping out of my comfort zone and taking you lovely people along with me. On today's video, I am going to give my honest review of my first ever Disney cruise experience. So we just got back from a 3-night cruise on the Disney Wish to the Bahamas, and now I'm going to start off by saying that while I loved it, I know it is not for everyone. I already told the people in my life that I know would not enjoy it. I told them, yeah, this isn't for you, because I had a lot of people asking me like, how was it? Now with that being said, this wasn't just my first Disney cruise, it was my first cruise ever, so I have nothing to compare it to. But honestly, what I loved about it was all of the Disney touches. So I'm not really interested in doing any other type of cruise, because for me, it just kind of seems like a floating resort. Because again, what I loved was the decor, the dining experiences, the characters, all of the Disney stuff. So another cruise just does not call my attention that isn't Disney. And the reason why I only booked the 3-night cruise was because I really genuinely thought I was not gonna love it. I thought it was just gonna be like a once in a lifetime thing, but I already have another cruise booked. Anyway, I'm gonna start off by explaining why I said that it's not for everyone. And the first reason is a pretty obvious one, and that's that if you are sensitive to motion or get motion sickness easily, I could see how this would not be an enjoyable experience for you or any cruise at all. I personally like that feeling. I love the motion of being in the ocean. Oh, gee. I didn't mean to say that. Anyway, so living up here in Alaska, I've been on a lot of boats, so I don't get seasickness. Well, watch me get it now. But anyway, so I don't normally get sick, but if you're one of those people that are sensitive, just prepare with medication, and they sell stuff on the ship as well. And they also have a clinic if you happen to not feel well, and I did research that because of my health issues. I just want to make sure I had my bases covered. It's on deck 1 and if you're interested. Thankfully, I didn't need to go see the clinic this trip, and hopefully not the next trip either. The second reason why I think it's not for everyone is if you are not a Disney person or don't have any kids in your party, I can see how this might not be the best experience, because everything is Disney and it is loud. But honestly, I didn't notice it while I was there. I was having such a good time. I was so distracted and just having a blast that I didn't realize how loud it was until I was editing my videos for my previous video and noticed all the background noise. So it didn't bother me, and in the moment I didn't realize it until afterwards. So if you're looking for a quiet getaway, I can see like this isn't it. I mean, there are restaurants, there are like places, like I would go out on the deck and look out in the ocean and it'll be quiet. So you can make quiet time, but overall the experience is pretty loud. I tend to not like crowds, but I didn't feel uncomfortable with it. I didn't notice it. Like, I didn't feel like we waited in line very long for anything. The only thing was the Aqua Mouse, but even that, it wasn't very long. You can get your food quickly, see the shows, everything. So what I'm getting at is I didn't feel like there were too many people on the ship where it wasn't enjoyable or it was way too loud where it caused any issues. And this is coming from me. My family, we've lived in a town that's smaller than the amount of people that were on the Disney Wish, and I didn't feel overwhelmed. Now, I don't want you to think that if you're an adult couple without kids or just an adult group going that you can't have a good time, because you absolutely can. Like, I know I would. And in fact, for our next cruise, I have a friend, she doesn't have kids, but I already know just being there, I was like, she would love this. She would have a blast. So I don't want you to think just because you're an adult or if you don't have kids that you would not like a Disney cruise, because there's so many things to do on the ship. There were so many activities that I loved. It's not tailored just for kids. there are some activities that are for the whole family and some are adults only. I personally loved all of the trivia options that were on the ship. I love trivia so much. I could do trivia all day. Yeah, if I could have just had a blast just doing trivia. It was so cool that we could do Star Wars trivia at Tiana's Bayou, or 90s music trivia at the Luna Theater, or Disney trivia in Triton's Lounge. Like, it was so cool. All of the options, all of the activities they had. I had so much fun. But if trivia is not your thing, they do have bingo, silent disco, karaoke, live performances. They have lounges you can just go and hang out in. So there's just so much. There's character meet and greets. There's so much to do on the ship. They also have nightly Broadway style shows, and those were amazing. I was in awe that I forgot that we were on a ship. The way these performances were, when we were there, oh shoot, I forgot the name of it. It's the one where Goofy is the captain. Second night we saw The Little Mermaid, and then the third night we watched Aladdin, and all of those, oh my gosh, everything was just perfect. Oh, the genie sounded just like Robin Williams, and I don't know if that was intentional, but it was kind of freaky. I felt like we were watching Robin Williams on stage. But anyway, yeah, the performances, the theater was beautiful. I loved them. We can't record there, so I don't have any clips of the shows, but they were amazing. And I also love the dining experiences because, yes, it's a whole experience. It's not just like going to dinner. It's a whole thing. I loved it. I didn't feel like it was too much. I guess it was just perfect. And well, I'm going to make a separate video because I was a little distracted during the dining experiences because of my diet restrictions, but I'll do a separate video explaining how that whole thing was. But I loved it. Now, in regards to the pool situation, there are multiple pools. They're just small, which is expected because you're on a ship. But if you are going in thinking you're going to like swim, it's not happening. It's more of like a float and hang out situation, but that was still fun. We knew that going in, because where else are you able to be in a pool and watch a Disney movie on the big screen in the middle of the ocean? Like the whole thing, I was just in awe. Like they were singing like, "We don't talk about Bruno, no," and I'm over there like just hanging out like, yes, I love this. But you may not be like me and you may hate it, but I loved it. In regards to like actual swimming, we were able to do that at Castaway Cay because, you know, there's the ocean and there's more room. So there is opportunity on the trip depending on your itinerary, but on the ship itself, it's more of like a float and hang out thing. There were kids and people in it, but it didn't bother me. We still had a good time. We did ride the Aqua Mouse. We loved that. We rode it a few times. That, I don't know if it's considered a ride or a water slide, but it was cool. I liked it. Now, there was an 18 and over pool section, which we didn't hang out in, so I can't really review it, but from what I was able to see, it did look pretty small and crowded, but I don't know. I didn't actually physically go in, so I can't say much about it, but there is that option. Now, one of the main questions that I've gotten over and over is it worth the price? Is a Disney cruise worth the money? And while I have not been on any other cruise, I do know that there is a significant price difference, but I personally think that it is worth it. I think they exceeded all of my standards from the moment that we got picked up from the hotel with the Disney transportation and started watching Disney cartoons and doing Disney trivia and being greeted by all the friendly cast members, the decor on the ship, all the details that they put on the Disney Wish. I just love them all. Everything felt like an experience. The shows, the dining, and the fact that the food is included and all the drinks, that was amazing in itself. but the quality of the food was great. Everything just, I guess maybe because it's one of the newer ships. Like, I mean, it was in good condition because when we were docked at Nassau, I saw 4 other ships there, and I already know. I'm like, I'm not interested in going on another ship. Like, they just, the difference, maybe because we were on the newer ship, but I could already see. I was like, I'm so glad I'm on this one. And like I said before, because I genuinely thought I was not gonna like it, I booked the shortest trip. But throughout it all, I kept thinking about Brian and Calissa and all the people that I would love to be on the ship with, that not that I wasn't enjoying my time, but I was like, oh my gosh, like, I want to spread the word. I want to experience this with these people. And that's why I didn't do the placeholder, because in the moment, because I'm also a budgeter, and I did not have the money to, even though it's cheaper, I did not have the money at the time to put the deposit down, and also have commitment issues. And I was just like, I'm not going to do this right now. But I have now, it's been a few weeks, I have now booked another cruise. And this one will include Brian and Calissa and another friend. None of them have ever been on a Disney cruise. And I'm so excited to share the experience with them, because while I was on the ship, I just kept thinking like, oh my gosh, like Calissa would love this, or like, oh, Brian would like this. Hopefully, if all turns out well, that we'll get to go on the Disney Wish again. I did book the same ship because we didn't get to do everything. I can't believe, like, I didn't go to the Rose. That was on my list, and I just completely spaced it out because there's just so much to do, and we had so little time, and I was just having such a good time with my friends that I completely forgot about it. I'm like, I have to go back. I have to go. I didn't get to see all of the lounges. There's just so much more that I need to do on this ship. And then I want to share it with Brian and Calissa. So I booked another cruise. It's more than a year out, so I am budgeting and travel hacking for it. But yeah, so I'm just gonna wrap this up, and bottom line, I think it's worth it. And it also depends on the type of people that you go with. I love the people that I went with. They're Disney people, they're my kind of people. We had a blast. I know certain people, and you know people that you would not enjoy it with. The ones you just thought about in your head. So it all depends. Like, it could be great or not great, but so can any other trip. But I personally liked it, and if you get the opportunity to go on a Disney cruise, I highly recommend it. My next video is going to be about my diet restrictions and what that experience was like, because that was one of the things that I was worried about too. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have anything to eat, but they made it work, and it was lovely. And they actually spoiled me, and now I'm like, oh, I have to go back to cooking for myself. Like, that sucks. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for sticking around, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.